Good evening, friends. Today is the first session of the workshop, and today I will introduce you the software and the basic data entry in the software. So these are the contents I designed for first session. So we will learn the basics of SPSS and how to import the data from the Google form. Because I included this topic because nowadays everyone is collecting the data from Google Form. Before Corona period, the questionnaires were filled using the physical forms. So at that time, the system was different. But now, because most of the scholars are collecting the data using the Google form, so now the system is slightly different. And I found that most of the scholars don't know how to convert the data from Google form to the SPSS. So I will teach you that. Then if you have data in CSV, comma separated file, it is a format of Excel. Or if you have Excel format, then how to import the data from there and how to create the data from in SPSS. Sometimes we have to create the data in SPSS and the features of SPSS. So one by one, we will discuss. If you want to open SPSS after the installation, in the search, you just type SPSS and you can see the symbol of this software. So this is the symbol of the software and you have to just double click on it. So when you double click on it, the software will open. It will take hardly uh, half a minute. Now the software is opening. So this and you can go to the new data set or you just cross it. By default, the new data set, new page is coming. It is a new page. Now see clearly, you have two options here. So let me show you that. The option number one is data view, you can see in the bottom. And option number two is the variable view. So data view and variable view. So these are the two options we are having. The first of all, we have to go for variable view option and create the variables here. Create the variables. I will show you how to create it. And after that, we can go to the data. So number two, we have to fill the data, or this process is called data punching. Data punching means filling the data in SPSS. Okay. So the first step I'm showing you is to how to create the data. So let's start from this. And when we go to the variable view, because I told you, first of all, we have to click on variable view. In variable view, you can see this name, type, width, decimal, level, values, missing, column, alignment, measurement, role, all these things are there. So let's understand one by one. Normally, we have five type of variables. So let me write the five type of variables here. The number one we have string variables. Number two, we have category variables like male versus female. Number three, we have ordinal variables like your preferences. Suppose I ask you, you like Maruti, Tata, Hyundai. So you can say that my first preference is Maruti, my second preference is Hyundai, like that. And I hope you have filled some forms where you say that my first choice is this college, my second choice is this college, like that. Fourth, we fill rating variables, which normally comes in 5 point scale: one, two, three, four, five. And in the last, we have some ratio variables. Like ratio variables are like GDP, price, and all. So, in your questionnaire, so when you are collecting the data from the questionnaire, you have some string variable, some category variables, some ordinal variables. Most of the variables are rating, some ratio variable, like that. So now I'm going to tell you that how to fill the data. So first variable I'm taking the name of the respondent. And the second variable I'm creating is gender. Third variable I'm creating is age group. Remember that two word cannot written with space. You can add two words here by underscore or dot. So we cannot write like, suppose I cannot write like age group. Software will not take this gap. It is not allowed in software. So whenever you give any gap between two variables, between two words, the software will say it is an illegal character. So space is an illegal character. Similarly, I'm asking you that suppose you have social media account. So where you spend more time? So I'm asking that Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So I'm just asking that where you spend more time. So it is a ordinal question. You may spend more time in Facebook, less time in LinkedIn, some time in Instagram, like that. So this is a preference question. Now I'm asking that what is your level of motivation? How much motivated you are, or how much happy you are. So these two are rated. You can rate these statements. Finally, I'm asking that how many publications you have. Publications. So number of publication is a number. It's a ratio variable. Okay. Now you can see that by default, you have numeric in all, but name is not numeric. So you have to convert into a string because name is alphabet. So when you have alphabet, you have to create a string, and all other are numeric. Okay. Now, first of all, my first variable is name. Now when I want to feed the data, I have to go to the data view. Suppose my respondent is Ajay Chauhan. Now the problem is that I cannot type beyond CHA. I can, here I am typing Sita, no problem. Radha, no problem. Kishan. But suppose you want to type like Manmohan. Okay. So the software will consider only 8 characters. You can see that the software will take only 8. Suppose I want to type Amitabh Bachchan. So I cannot type beyond that. Why? Because software is accepting only 8 characters. So if you want to type long name, increase it. So now I can type complete. Amitabh Bachchan. So in this way, you can create the name of the. So you can increase it, decrease it like this. So these are the names, and I can type some more names like Akshay Kumar, then Karishma. So I will feed 8 responses. Uh, let's say some more also. Anupam Kher, Shah Rukh Khan. So I'm just putting randomly. So whatever comes in my mind, I'm just putting it. So these are the name of the person. Now the second variable is gender. Gender is a numeric because normally we give 1 to male, 2 to female. Label it means what is the explanation of this variable? Gender of the respondent. So label means explanation of the variable. Sometimes we give very short name to the variable. So here we can write the complete name. Now you can see the values. So these values are very important. You have to explain what is the meaning of 1, what is the meaning of 2, what is the meaning of 3. So in gender, I define, if you click on this button, like any button, if you click on this right hand side, so here I can define, then 1 means male, add, and 2 means female, add. Now I defined it. I don't have any missing value. Column width, this is a column width, 8, no problem. Alignment, which side you see the number, right hand side, don't change it. It is by default, keep it by default. Measurement, there are 3 measurement you are having: nominal, ordinal, scale. So gender is a category means nominal. That's it. Now go to the variable view. So Ajay Chauhan is a male, Sita is a female, Radha is a female, Kishan male, Manmohan male. So you like that. So I gave 1 to males and 2 to females. And if you want to see what is the meaning of 1 and 2, you can see this icon. If you click on this icon, so 1 is converted into alphabet. And if you again click on this, alphabet is converted into number. So 1 2 1 2. So sometimes we click this button to see. So what is the meaning of 1, 2, and any number? So I hope up to this point you are clear. Then we go to the next. Okay. Now the next is age group. So I have to define what is the meaning of age group. So age group of the respondents. Here one means, so value means we are providing the coding. One means less than 30 years, add. Two means uh, 31 to, so I have to write 31 to 45 years, add. And three means above 45 years. So you have to define as per your questionnaire, add. So after adding all the three categories, you just click OK and leave all other. You define it as a nominal. And after defining the variable, you can go to the data view and fill the like 3, 1. So I'm just putting randomly. And after filling this number, you want to see what is 3, what is 2, what is 1. So click on this number. So you can see that 3 means above 45 years. 1 means less than 30 years. And 2 means 31 to 45 years. So categories can be filled like this. After that, now we are having Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So we are asking the preferences for Facebook, preferences for Instagram, preferences for LinkedIn, right? And in values, I am saying means one means first preference. If somebody write one means first preference. Two means second preference. And three means third preference. And okay. And so because these two are similar to this, so I just copy it. You can see that right click, you can copy this and paste. So this facility is also there. And all the three variable, because we are asking the preferences. So preferences means ordinal. And even if you forget to define this, not a problem. This is not a big deal. After that, you just fill the data like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. Because somebody is saying that Facebook is more important. Okay. So Again, if you want to see what is 1, 2, 3, you just click on this. So you can see the data. So first preference, second preference, third preference, like this. So in this way, we can fill the preferences questions. Okay. Now we are having the motivation, happiness. So we are saying that one means, because you know that 5-point scale is always one means strongly disagree. So one means strongly disagree, and two means disagree. Three means neutral. Four means agree. And five means strongly agree. So normally, not normally, always we have used this nomenclature in research. Okay. And you just copy and paste here because rating scale is same. And you can write is motivation level, happiness, or this is number of publications. And after that, just because these motivation and happiness are attitude measurement scale, so they should come in scale, scale. So you don't touch alignment, don't touch column. Software will automatically adjust it. Don't touch missing. And values means you have to create the options, codes, and go to the data view. In data view, uh, like somebody give you answer like this. And number of publications 32, 34, 23, 25, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. So when you see these dots, software will consider these dots as missing values. So be very cautious to these values. We have to delete this row, right click on it and clear. So when you say clear means delete. And we created a small data set in SPSS. So in SPSS, creating the data set is very easy. And I'm also explaining you one more thing. Suppose I want to fill the data like that, where we have the answer in yes and no, or you can say multiple choice question. Suppose I'm asking a multiple choice question like, so do you have phone, car, credit card, right? So I'm asking you whether you have this or not. And answer is multiple choice. If you have phone, you can say yes, no, yes. Similarly, if I ask that passport, yes. So these questions are known as multiple choice questions. Suppose you want to create these type of variables in SPSS, then how to create it? Because I found that most of the scholars have problem in creating the multiple choice questions. And most of the time they do the wrong entry. So I have four choices: phone, car, credit card, passport, and how to insert this variable in the SPSS. So phone, car, credit. So I have to type these variables and passport. So you have to create all the multiple choice options. Go to the values. One means yes, and zero means no. Always give one to yes and zero to the no. Okay. You just copy and paste. So paste, and now you can fill the entry like I think everybody is having the phone. So I say yes. Everybody may not have the car. Credit card. Everybody may not like to have credit card. So again, passport. Yeah. So you can see that we are having the values 0 and 1. So in this way, we can create the data in SPSS. So I hope we understand how to create the data in SPSS. Now I am showing you how to take the data from Google Form. So I have a file. So this is a raw file. Whenever you open a Google Form, the data is coming like this. So you can see the data. This is a raw data that is coming always from a Google Form. Now the question is that when this type of data is coming, can I import this data in SPSS? So I'm showing you. Uh, so this is my first data set. Go to file. I hope you can see this option file. What I'm going to do, I'm importing the Excel data. So this data is available in Excel file. First of all, you have to cross it because if this file is open in the background, SPSS will not import it. So you have to close it. After that, you can go to the file, import data, and I want to import Excel data. So my data is available in workshop and SPSS. So I have data in this day one raw data. Okay. So now the software is capturing the data. And if you click OK, the data is opening in this format. And you can see that all the data set are available in string, 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 string. Now, what is the problem in this data set? Suppose I want to find out the correlation between this, and this. So you can see that software is not showing any of the variable. Means you cannot analyze any of the data set. You cannot analyze this kind of data set. It is a wrong method. So now I am telling you the right method how to uh, convert the Google Form data in the language of SPSS. It's very easy, I'm telling you. So don't do this. This exercise will not help you. So we have to clean the data first. Yeah. So this is the data. And I am also telling you the cleaning process, which will help you in, suppose this is missing value, missing value, missing value. So I'm creating some missing values. Okay. The reason being that I want to tell you that how to clean this kind of data set. So we are having very rough kind of data set. So first of all, convert this data. So let me save this data in another format. Otherwise, mm, so it is a raw data. I'm modifying it. Modified. So first of all, the first variable should be serial number 1, 2, and you have to convert into a number. So first variable should be the number. Now you can see the male and female. Everything we have to convert into number, and believe me, we can do it in just 5 minutes. So press Control F and go to replace. First, we are going to replace the gender. So find out the biggest word in gender, female. So first change female, replace it by 2. Replace all. Now you can see that the female is replaced by 2. Now go to the male. Male is replaced by 1. Replace all. So now your this variable is converted into numeric. Now we come to the age group. So we can do also one thing, just take a copy from here, paste, less than 30 years is 1, replace all. Similarly, 31 to 45 years, copy, paste here, and we are replacing by 2, second number, all. Then we are replacing the third and replace it with 3. So we have done replacement. Similarly, I can do for income and education. So, but now I want to show you how to replace this part, because majority of the questions are in agree or disagree. So find out the strong largest word, strong, somewhat disagree. Don't start with the small word. Always start with the largest word. Somewhat disagree. So somewhat disagree is coming 3. Replace all. Somewhat disagree. Okay, my spelling is mistake. Spelling mistake is there. Replace all. So after that, next largest word is strongly disagree. And strongly disagree should be replaced by 1. Just click replace all. Okay, and now strongly agree, I think, is the largest word. Strongly agree is number 7. Okay, now the next is somewhat agree. Copy. Somewhat agree comes as a 5. Then we have the largest word is disagree. Disagree means two. Replace all. So we have to do this adjustment before using the SPSS. Then I have agree and the neutral. So agree I am replacing by 6. And finally, I left with neutral. And neutral is 4. Okay. So now this file is ready to import in SPSS. Okay. Somewhat 6 matlab 6 agree. So I left somewhat agree. So control F, because 6 I give to the agree. So I left actually this option. Somewhat is coming as 5. Now I changed my file. Okay. So next step, I am telling you how to replace the missing entries. So I'm going to tell you a secret operation that most of the scholars don't know. If you do it before going to the SPSS, I'm telling you your 90% of the problem will go. So suppose E1, E2, E5 are these are the 5 constructs. Sorry, 5 statement. You just copy this and paste in another sheet. So this operation saves you most of the time. You just calculate STDEV. This is called standard deviation, and calculate the standard deviation for row. So we are having this kind of values, home, and decrease the decimal points. Okay. So I'm showing the standard deviation by this value. Now the rule is this standard deviation should not be 0 and should not be more than 1.5. So like suppose this is 0. So you should make some slight change in this value so that this value should not be 0. Don't think whether it is ethical or unethical, but I'm telling you, it will save 90% time. Uh, so it will save you from many problems. So I'm just doing it fast. So I know that, so these are the problems. Again, 0, you can see that 0, 0, 0. So 0, 0, 0 is a problem. So make slight changes because it will remove the problem of biasness. It will remove the problem of multicollinearity. It will remove the many problems. Okay, like this is 2.49. So 6, so you can change like this. So this process will help you in replacing the missing values. This process is helping you in cleaning the data. And after doing this, you just copy it and paste in the original file. Okay. So you should do this process for all the constructs and then save it. After saving it, now you can import the data in SPSS. So just go to the file and now go to the import. So we are going to import the Excel file and check whether the file should not open in the background. Otherwise, the software will not take it. So close it. I'm selecting the modified Google Form data, open, and just click OK. And now you can see that the software is taking by default numerical values. This is the most of the time we do this exercise to take the data from the Google Form to the Excel. And I'm telling you, most of the scholars pays very high fees for this operation to the statisticians. So if you know these small steps, you can save a lot of time and money also. So now you can have the data in SPSS. Again, in this way, we can import the data. And suppose you are having the data in the SPSS, you can also export it. Export it. Like I'm showing you. This is the data I created in SPSS, and I want to export this data set. So you just go to the file, export, and I want to export in Excel format. So this is the first data I created. And save. Now this data will be saved in your folder. So in this way, we can create the data from SPSS to Excel, or we can import the data from Excel to SPSS. So this process is coming in the first step, and this step will make your data ready for the analysis. So some basic points, let me see what is left. So we learned that what is data view, what is variable view. So first of all, we define the variables, then we define the data. And you can also import the Excel file in SPSS. And when we see the SPSS, we are having the name of the variable, type of the variable. There are two types of the variable we have seen. One is the string and second is the numeric. If you are using the alphabets, it is string. If you are using the numbers, it is numeric. Width means the how many characters, because there are two width, column width and character width. Character width means suppose you are typing Ajay, so A, J, A, Y. It means 4 alphabets are required. So this width means 4. How many alphabet you needed? Decimal, how many decimal you needed? Label means explanation of the variable. Basically, when you do the analysis, whatever you type in the labels, that come in the output. Value means coding. One means male, two means female, like that. Missing value, don't use that. It is always confusing to you have missing value. So for a researcher, I suggest you to fill the missing values by looking near by values or by the process which I told you using the standard deviation concept, how we can replace the missing value. That is the best method. Okay, I'm just showing you one more time that how we can do the replace missing values. Okay, suppose this value is missing. So we are having, let me show you this process clearly. This is a missing value. So 3, 6, 7, 7. So you have to replace this value in such a way that this standard deviation should come less than 1, but greater than 0. So if you put 1, no, it will not work. So let me show you that we are filling this value. If I put 2, it will not work. If I put it 3, it will not work. If I put 4, slightly better, but not perfectly. And if I put 5, 1.67, no, it will not work. If I put 6, so this is the least value I can see. And this 3 you have to replace by 5. Now this value is 0.84, which is less than 1. So this method is one of the best method to avoid unnecessary problem in the data set. So this is actually professional secrets that most of the people will not tell you. If you do this step in your data set, and the logic I'm telling you why we are doing so, let me take this value here. So I'm telling you the logic, what logic we are using. So because we are asking the same thing by 5 statement, how it is possible that somebody is very high in 3 statement and very poor in 2 statement? Like suppose you are filling the feedback of a teacher. If teacher is very good, so 3 times you are giving high rating, in 2 you are giving poor rating. So it is not allowed. If teacher is good, he should be good in all aspects. So 5, 6. And suppose this number is 2, 3. Suppose you are having this. So somebody give 1, 2, 3, 2, no problem. Some student may not like their teachers, but it is not possible that you like in from one angle, one aspect. No, this should also be come down to 2. So we are using this logic to clean the data. So I suggest to apply this process before sending the data to the SPSS. So we also discussed that. And I explained whatever I teach you here. Okay. Who is doing this? Mm. So now these are the meanings of the options that you can see in the SPSS. So decimal, how many decimal you need, label, values, missing values. Okay. So in explanation, for your notes, I mention all these things. So as a homework, I'm giving you one homework. Create this kind of data set. So these are the name of the variables. These are the type of variables. And these are these categories. Category means you have to go to the values and say male is 1, female is 2, BTech is 1, BCom is 2, base is 3. So this is just for your homework. And so today is the first day. So I stop my session here. And I hope that you are feeling you have some comfortable zone for the SPSS. How to create data in SPSS, how to import data in SPSS, how to clear the Google form data and import in SPSS. So we have discussed only the data creation part in SPSS. Now I'm closing the session and going to the discussion part. So knowingly, I keep my session 1 very light. do the practice, and then we will continue tomorrow.